Things are taking a chocolatey turn here in the Price Chopper kitchen, and Zebley of Yum Bakery is here to show us how to make a chocolate bread pudding.
That's right. Just when you thought bread pudding couldn't get any better.
It's about to get better.
It's about to get better. Super easy dessert to throw together, especially, and we don't have any big holidays coming up other than 4th of July, but like around Christmas and stuff when you have a lot of extra baked goods around, leftover stuff.
Okay.
Cut it up.
Seriously?
Throw it in the fridge, or better the freezer, dry it out.
Okay.
If it's already dried out, even better.
Okay, so what are we using for our bread pudding?
Today we're going to use chocolate cake.
Oh yeah.
To make it a chocolate bread pudding. You could also use old bread, vanilla cake.
So really anything can go in.
Really anything. You could even use like a coffee cake or a cinnamon raisin, you know, whatever your little heart desires.
Okay.
But the main thing is you want it to be dry.
So what do you mean by dry?
Like, you know, when it's been sitting out a couple days and you're just like, I don't want to eat this anymore.
Okay.
Well, eat it a different way. So you're going to take, you have 5 eggs, and it's the whole egg. And kind of break those up a little bit. And then you're going to take a 1/2 cup of sugar. Now, if you're using just plain bread, you would use a little bit more sugar.
Right, but we're using cake, so there's all kinds of sugar in there.
And you want to keep whisking as you pour your sugar in, because sugar will cook your eggs.
It will?
Sugar will cook your eggs, and you'll end up with globs of egg.
You're blowing my mind right now.
So a lot of people who don't know that will just pour it all in the bowl and then walk over here and get their whisk and everything else, and then they wonder why there's clumps of eggs in their mix.
You're cooking your eggs. All right,
want to whisk that up to where it's nice and frothy. Not quite yet.
Okay.
There we go. It's getting kind of thicker and frothy. You could also do this in your mixer, and it's going to go a lot faster for you.
Okay.
Then I have 2 cups of whole milk.
Do you have to use whole?
You don't have to, but it's so much better. You're going to really get that nice custardy texture with the whole milk. I use whole milk in everything at the bakery, and it just adds so much more wonderful depth of flavor. We're going to throw our vanilla in.
All right.
And if you were doing something I do down at the bakery, when I use yellow cake, white cake, I put a little bit of bourbon in addition to the vanilla.
Kicking it up a notch.
You could do that with maybe a Kahlua or something with the chocolate would be nice.
So just pour this over the cake.
So you're just going to pour this over your cake. And I'm going to try not to flip that off the thing. Okay, so you're going to pour that in there. And just fold it in.
So it's basically like covering it almost.
Yeah,
There's
that's
a lot
exactly
of liquid in
what
there.
you want. And you want to make sure and throw a little bit over the side
there
for good luck.
Yeah, definitely want to do that.
And you're going to fold it and make sure that that's all covered. And you're going to let it sit for just a couple of minutes. And while it's sitting, we're going to prepare our
baking
dishes. These are actually just souffle cups.
Could you use just a baking dish, one big baking dish?
You could. Your baking time's going to be a lot longer that way. I like this because it's a nice individual presentation.
Yeah.
And, or you could also use like jumbo muffin tins.
Oh, okay. That's easy.
You could also put papers in these instead of greasing them if you're not wanting to do that. You could run some butter.
So put that in there, put it in the oven. I'm going to make you plate this so we can try it.
Let me do this real quick. You're going to dump it in there. You want to make sure and get a good amount of the liquid in there too.
Okay.
Sprinkle some mini chocolate chips on top because there's not quite enough chocolate in there yet. You're going to put that in the oven. You're going to bake it for about 20 minutes until it looks set.
Until it looks delicious.
Okay? So then we're going to take it out of there. You can put it on your plate. You can serve it just in there. And then to really put it over the top, you have some vanilla ice cream in your freezer.
Oh,
Let it melt. And it's a really super simple
I'm going to steal some of this
little
very
sauce
quickly.
there.
And thank you very much, bread pudding, chocolate cell. So good. Let's just get to something else so I can eat the rest of this.